The big difference was everybody was accountable last week. And it might have been because AK was here. He changed, I knew it. I talked to a lot of guys last night, talked to a lot of people, my friends, long distance, calling about, hey, what do you think about the scenario? I have this one guy coming, he wasn't here last week. My guards last week were accountable for each other. They were like looking at each other. And this week, what happened? It was shot quickly, everybody standing outside. Whereas last week with that, so what you're talking about is,
we were just hooping.
yeah, just hooping, right? And then next thing you know, wait, how do we down 16? Oh, because we only take one shot, and the defense. This is what the defense is. Think about what the defense is thinking when you're taking early shots. The defense is huffing and go, oh, good, he shot. I don't have to play defense, right? When you don't go back door, when you don't move, I understand it's contagious. If I see Kevin with his head down and he's going to make his one-on-one, okay, and it's one-on-one, and you take your shot. Why would he go back door the next time? Why would you ever go back? Why would you ever go pick for screen anybody? Because the shot's early. Like, I wouldn't. I get tired of doing that, right? So last week, I'm saying is that the big difference, I'll tell you, we have two role players, mainly one role player, that will play his role, and that's called Anthony. And he's not here today. He is the one, if I watched last week, he was the one that made a difference for all you guys to see, like, oh, Anthony's working hard. Anthony's pressing up on defense. Anthony's blocking out. Anthony's going for rebounds. Anthony's playing defense against a bigger guy. John Wild is a guy that basketball is not his first sport, but he's coming in here trying to fill a role. He talks to me about that. I just want to fill a role. So what I'm having a problem with is you guys are playing the same role, and I'm looking around like, who's going to take the dirty role? Anybody want to do that? Because nobody does, right? Right? You had a hard day today because you not only had to be on ET all game, but you had to come down and take shots also. So you're playing so hard on defense that naturally you're not going to be as consistent hitting shots because and any player, we know how it is. When we're tired, our percentage goes down. But if we keep pushing that scenario of you wanting to shoot, and then you have maybe a wide open guy out here, a guy that's in rhythm, another guy that might have hit a nice shot, all these things have to formulate in your guys' heads to make sure that you guys decide, is that what we need to win the game? You know? All right, Joe, you take it easy, man.
What do you guys? What's the formula? What do you guys?
The formula, man, is like taking a roll. Like,
I'm mad at this fool. Why you pass up 10 fucking 16-foot middies? Chris's old ass is here. Now shoot that hoe.
so
That's your rate. That's his shit.
so think about this.
That's your shit.
Talking about what Joe is saying, they're playing, forcing you to do something that's a lesser than what you could, because you could drive on Chris, right?
Yeah.
So what they did as a defense on, hey, let's force them to shoot outside because that's a lower percentage, and if they shoot enough times, and we'll get the ball back.
And we were beating the fact that you kept saying, okay, drive, get AK to get the switch. So I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I was waiting for AK. That's the only thing.
AK, I was in AK's head, bro.
I was waiting
AK
for
is not, yeah.
The second half offense was non-existent. I got in his head, bro, and that was
Yelling
it.
at us to pass the ball, and he's shooting on 3 people.
No, you had.
You already know how he is. He's not going to change, right? But the only way you can control him is, like I told you, no, like I said, DeAndre had an opportunity.
Feels good from Tuesday, huh?
Chicken McBuckets here, Caleb, the reigning first team all move fitness last league, has brought in his own team now, and this team is very much interesting to watch because there are a bunch of guards also with a couple great role players in number 17 that has the ball and passing number 10 that has the ball, passing out to 13, and that's their offense. When you give these guards open looks outside, they can hit. Caleb being the leader of this team, passing it over inside, outside, and that's what they're doing, and they hustle for offensive rebounds. This is the team I love to be watching. Not only am I a player, I'm a coach, I am a fan of basketball, and I love to see good basketball played. And Chicken McBuckets is a team, even though they are 1-2 or 1-3 at this point in the league, I think 1-2, they can be very explosive. And look at this ball movement, love it. Mike, isn't that great? This is the team I was wanting to talk to you about, Chicken McBuckets. They're a bunch of AAU buddies that got together now. Yeah, you know him, huh? Now that team there is Val's team, Bad News Boys. Val's not here tonight, but you know that guy right there that shot it. That is the son of Mario. Mario's out there, number 20. Got two generations playing out here in the same team. Look at the ball. I love it. Inside, outside, Mike. Outside the Benny. Is that Benny? Number 15? Number 15 is Benny, yes. Missing that shot. Sergio coming in for Benny right now. Sergio, a couple weeks ago, probably shot about 75% from the three-point line. And then last week came back down to earth. But here he is, making his appearance. Now here comes Sergio, bringing the ball down, moving it over, passing it over to Chase. Chase is definitely able to hit the three-pointer from the outside. Chase is one of those guys every team wants. He does the dirty work inside. He's a midi. He's one of those guys that are not big enough to guard the bigs, but he can guard bigs and smalls. Hey, look at that. Over to the corner. Ryan looking for, oh, what a great look pass over to the corner. And Nasir missing that. Here it is, the floater. Yeah, I seen him working on the gym. He's one of those guys that he loves to be in the gym, Mike. He loves to be in the gym. Yep. Yes. They get that. Okay. Is that all? Okay, thanks. Good job, Arlen. There's Arlen just walking by. They had a great game. Game 2 against us. Arlen tippy toes. Arlen is one of those guys you'd like to have on your team also, man. He does some dirty work in there, does his thing. All right, 27-16, 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter, first half, and there's Caleb. Mike, I want to tell you about number 11, Caleb. Caleb went to Arlington High School. His dad, one of the legendary coaches on the north side over there, he runs the 3-on-3 tournament every year for the past 11 years over there called the, I think it's the Arlington 3-on-3. Has about almost 200 teams every year. Great place to play, a long deserted airstrip that they use for 3-on-3, and of course he's a product of a great coach. He understands the game. Now I want to let you know, and you might have seen this guy, his brother's name is Drew, plays for Northwest University this year. Really nice left-hand shooter, real nice athleticism. Look out for that guy. His name, I think his name is Drew Bryce.
Drew Bryce?
Yeah, check him out.
Yep.
If you ever had a chance to rep over there in Northwest or anything in that level,
Yep.
he's a good player.
I've represented that level as well.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. Now, Jelani with the rebound there. Another great player you like to have because he likes to do all that dirty work. Look at him, he's always working. Look at him, working. Working, Mike. He's working. Throws it out to Mario. He sees the open guys. He sees where the ball's bouncing off the rim. Now Sergio here. Oh, taking that three. Almost went in, off the backboard, off the rim, no good. Nasir, what a nice play there. Whew.
feet.
Here comes Chase. Down the middle, 3 on, go.
Oh, that's a foul.
You know, that's what kind of happens, Mike, right? When you have a non-guard bringing the ball down the middle, 3 on 1. The timing of those passes don't usually happen too well there, but. Now, have you seen, Mike, have you seen any of these guys in the other leagues or, you know?
I've noticed about probably like 3 or 4 guys in different leagues that I've refereed them in or I've seen them play.
Okay.
Some of them have played in buckets, bricks and buckets, and bricks.
Yes.
Yep. And I used to referee that league. So
okay.
That league is now in a different location.
Different location now?
I won't say the location, but they only have 4 teams.
Oh, I see.
So, but yeah.
Well, for the people watching out there, and I'm getting a lot of phone calls about guys that want to bring in their teams over here. Just to let people know out there on YouTube, this is the 3rd league we've had here at Move Fitness. We call it the Fall League. 4 seasons in a year. The Winter League will be starting January 5th. And right now, I have it Thursday nights with 5 game times starting at 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock. But to accommodate more teams, I'm going to probably put it Tuesdays and Thursdays and have 3 game times of those 2 nights. So that will accommodate 12 teams total, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. More teams, more people will get involved, get the word out. It'll be awesome, especially coming up to Move Fitness. And hey, you can get your workout on and you can get your ball on at the same time.
Yes,
so.
yes. Now, of course, talking about the YouTube channel, we're sitting next to the CEO of that YouTube channel, Anton. This guy has put together a nice YouTube channel called the Pacific Northwest Ballers. Not only does he have the YouTube channel, and he's been here since the beginning with me, and he's now saw all this basketball. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna put my own team in it. So he's got his own team in called the Pacific Northwest Ballers, and they'll be playing later on tonight, right, Anton?
That's right. That's right.
Hey, there he goes. Alex walking by. He's got the next game coming up. So yeah, so the YouTube channel, Anton actually goes around to a bunch of LA fitnesses and records a lot of you know, basketball guys all over, checking out their skill set, their athletic ability. He's got a lot of dunk highlights and things like that all over, but I think you go over to Linwood, check out Linwood LA Fitness, is that right? So here we are with a big lead here, 46-23. With 55 seconds left here in the first half. Nasir sees a little opening. Beautiful layup there. Now, I was telling everybody about this Chicken McBuckets team. You know, the one thing about this league is, I would say it's guard oriented. I would say that the good teams always have 1 or 2 great role players that want to do the dirty work. But when you have 3 or 4 guards on the court that all can do the same thing with their ability to shoot, pass, and drive, and play defense, it makes a big difference. And as you can see, 48-25, Mike, that makes a big difference here with only 10 seconds left in this first half. You see a big lead here by the guard-oriented team.
The guard-oriented team, what they've established is nothing but great passing. Every time they come down, they're taking solid shots, hitting the glass, and working. I mean, really, they do. If they're going to make it in the playoffs, they do need a big man.
Yes. Well, here we are, game 3 of the night, and then we're at halftime at Move Fitness here in Silver Lake. Here on the north side, Mike, you've been around. You've been all over the place seeing leagues, and of course you ref high-level basketball. Where do you see the leagues here in Seattle? I'm from Hawaii, so to be able to see where all the leagues are, I don't know. Where do you see all the leagues being played out here? Is there anything else here on the north side?
On the north side, there's not too many good men's leagues on the north side. Really, if you go down towards Seattle, downtown Seattle, you're talking about the biggest league down there is the Puget Sound League. And they're looking to play basketball. And they actually travel all the way down to play basketball in Pacific locations. So, if you're looking to play good basketball and grow,
back to back. He had 2 threes.
Yeah.
Salvation Army.
Yeah. All right, good job today, buddy. Okay. Yeah, no, talking about the Puget Sound League, I'll tell you a story. I was up in Portland years ago in a basketball tournament, and the team that we were playing had PortlandBasketball.com. PortlandBasketball.com. Okay. So as I'm watching this team come together and jump ball, a bunch of older guys like us, and I said, "Who's the .com guy?" Nobody said anything, but at the end of the game, a gentleman that came in later, I guess, got the word that had mentioned it. He came up to me and said, "Hey, Dennis, I run the basketball league here in Portland." And I said, at the time, you know what? I just moved up to Seattle, and there's a league that's similar to this called the Puget Sound. And he told me that, yeah, that's his buddy that he basically, put it together for him and had it run over here. So he is the original guy, starting from Portland, bringing it, of course, down to Seattle at that time frame. But yeah, he had put it together great. For a business guy to fly in, get online, pay $20, show up at the time he chooses, get a jersey, play an organized game like a men's league, and then get back on the plane and go home. That's great, right?
Yep, it is. And it's also great for those shift workers at Boeing that say, hey, we want to put a team together, and hey, we're going to play at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, and pay a little extra money to do it just to build, that sportsmanship, that team camaraderie. That's also great stuff. So you look forward to that. Puget Sound's a successful league, but there's plenty of guys out there that want to play basketball.
Yeah, oh yes.
Plenty of guys that want to get to run.
Yes, yes. I had a guy earlier reach out to me, and he had recently signed up here, and the general manager mentioned about the league, and so he reached out to me and not only wants to be involved, but he wants to put his own team in. So I don't know the guy personally, but that's the kind of reach out there right now that the YouTube channel might be getting. Of course, the front desk getting when guys come in. But yeah, you're right. When you talk about, there's a lot of guys out there that don't know that there's leagues out here for any level. Come together with a team, or come by yourself and jump on a league play. This is set up for you.
I think it's awesome. And then when guys really get creative, if they want to, like, hey, the team I'm with not working out, I'm going to join this team right here, or get recruited by another team. Like, hey, it definitely does happen. Like,
yeah.
Hey, I want some more PT.
Yeah.
So,
like Anton, when he first put his team in, he kept it a secret from all of us, all of his friends, and I didn't know. I had no idea where these players are come from, but he found them all over Seattle, even from the south side. And these are guys that he knows, that he goes and plays basketball at these gyms all over the place. But it was fun to see new faces, new skill sets, new guys totally come in here and make a statement here in this league with their athleticism, their ability to show what kind of basketball skills they got. That was fun to see.
I agree with you 100%. And then, you know, like we say, word of mouth travels. So, hey, you know, hey, John still got 2, 3, 4, 5 years left, and he wants to play ball. John's going to show up and play ball, you know. So, like I told him, I said if he walked into LA Fitness Ballard and say, hey, I got a men's league up north, you're going to get at least 3 to 5 guys that want to play.
Yeah.
Easy. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. Now, Mike, I don't know you know the story about Move Fitness. Move Fitness here used to be 24-hour fitness, you know, right here in this spot. Yeah. So what happened was the owners of Move Fitness used to have a chain of independently owned franchise right here. It was called Vision Quest. Have you heard of that? Okay.
Vision Quest.
So Vision Quest, of course, the way it works, they build up something small and becomes big enough, and the big dogs come in, like LA Fitness, and bought them out for $30 million. And so he took that money, had to sign a 5-year no-compete contract to stay out of the Seattle area, so they went off to Spokane and opened up Move Fitness. So 5 years later, pandemic happens, perfect timing, 24 is out, they jump on this spot, which is perfect, and here they are. Renovated this gym. Now remember, it was a super sport 24-hour fitness, so it was set up for all of the nice stuff. So they got the heated pool, they got the jacuzzi, they got the steam room, they got all the good stuff in there, the recovery room, high-level hydrate, water massage table. And when they reached out to me and wanted me to run a basketball league here, I kind of asked them one question. What is it about the memberships? What is it that motivates you guys to want to have a league here? And when they mentioned that they used to have a mecca of basketball back then with Vision Quest, with, you know, down there in Seattle, let's say, they had a lot of star-studded ex-NBA guys, ex-professional athletes, ex-college players, and so they had the mecca. And so one of those things is that they wanted to move it and make that same thing here in the north side. Mm-hmm. So guys like you, Jimmy White, Les coming in, high-level referees that I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting here. To be able to see a league like this kind of grow in an infancy stage. Mm-hmm. And hopefully one day you can look upon it and say what they want, mecca of basketball here in the north side, here at Move Fitness.
That's awesome. I think you start taking baby steps, and you can blow up instantly. I think, you know, being that Move Fitness is new to the area, but you got this machine with a great business model. It will take time, but it will take off, especially when you have a different alternative. Guys is like, hey, all I got to do is buy a membership, and then, hey, I can play ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's nothing but awesome.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Nothing but awesome.
Now, I don't know if I mentioned this to you also. I know a lot of guys ask about, there's a special link for the Move Fitness basketball guys and their guests and families. So just to go ahead and tell you how that works, usually independently owned gyms like Move Fitness will have a 12-month contract of a $99 one-time fee, let's say, and then you have a monthly. But Move Fitness, after negotiations with them, I wanted to see if they would negotiate something that we have at LA Fitness, where I'm at, or 24-hour fitness, which is very similar, where you have a first and last month and just month to month.
Yep.
And that's when they agreed on that, and have a situation where you can cancel any time. Now you can come in and play a couple months of great basketball league, men's league, use all it's in the facility, and if you decide that you have to leave and to maybe come back a few months later in another league, you can do that. And that was a big plus for a lot of these players here in the league.
I think that's a huge plus because, you know, with every player, hey, he might say, he or she might say, hey, this is not the league for me, and hey, it's like, hey, I want to cancel my membership, you know. But if you got a good, tight league, hey, what I see is it growing. It's going to grow. It's going to grow because eventually people will come back around. They'll say, hey, well, hey, I can get my membership back there. It's less than $1 a day. And you just can't beat it for playing basketball, especially if you feel like you still got some dog in the fight, stay in shape, you want a coach, you want an assistant coach, hey, you can do it, you know.
Yes.
So I think it's fantastic. I really do.
Yes, yes. Now I don't know if you knew this, but Anton came to me one time. We were talking about Shoreline basketball, where I'm affiliated with Shoreline, with coaching in the past, and then of course helping them with recruiting. He recently went up for the summer league and did some recording of the girls basketball, and I think he did some men's too. And there was one game that he recorded and posted. Now usually we have anywhere from 30 to 100 views here, let's say, per game. It's just starting off, but one of those games that he did at the Shoreline basketball summer league, somebody on that team must have been big in YouTube because they had 75,000 views on that one video.
See, speaking of ballers, I know that baller right there.
There he is, Jalen, huh?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jalen, we nicknamed him the Equalizer, right,
Yeah,
Anton?
Jalen, yeah, you know he from. We know what he does, right?
He get bucket. That's what he does.
He
on
does.
my
He
team.
get big buckets.
He get bucket.
Great, Francis. Good job.
Hey. Oh, man, come on, man. Shoot.
I got you. Hand down. Ooh.
Yeah, Francis being one of my players on the Hopper Breed. A few years ago, I coached him at Shoreline. He's a dynamic guard, and he still has some eligibility left. You know, hopefully he wants to play that out. The window of opportunity, you know how it is. We're a bunch of older guys out here that just try to grasping onto our last years of basketball. But somebody like him, these college prospects, you know how small that window of opportunity is. You know, after high school, you only got a little bit of time to be able to do what you can to get that experience and enjoy yourself playing any college basketball. And I always like to do these fun facts. I always tell my recruits I bring in that I always say when they make it, if it's the women's basketball or men's basketball, or even I got a soccer player in from Hawaii, I always say congratulations. Oh! Congratulations for being part of the small 13% of all high school kids that make it and play collegiate sports altogether. Only 13% make it.
Yep. They just, I'll use another word we don't use too often is kids don't know how blessed they are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, it's fun. I'm 50 years old now, and I still love to play basketball. I'm actually going in another week or so to Vegas and play a 50 and over division and a 40 and over division. As a matter of fact, it's 4 games in a row Saturday over at the Tarkanian Center in Vegas. And I've been playing that since I was 35. It's a lot of fun. Get a lot of guys that I've known from the past that are all my age. But the fun part about that, Mike, Anton, is, here we are hanging out with these young guys. Of course, they're a lot faster and quicker and stronger than us at this point, but to be able to go and play against your peers and kind of match yourself up to see 50-year-old guy trying to still play basketball, who's in shape, who's limping, who's able to make it, right?
I can tell you guys how old I am.
Yeah, Mike, what's your age?
57.
57.
Yep.
Well, you guys on YouTube, you can't see what I see here, but I see a really fit guy over here, man. This guy looks like he's in his 40s. Looking like he's in great shape.
That's my mentor of basketball right there, Jimmy White.
Yeah, Jimmy White, I got to tell you a story. Jimmy White comes in here with Les, and I got to tell you this. Thanks to Marvina Kemp, gave her a call I asked her if she had anybody she can refer me to be a referee here in this league, and she threw out Les Hensley's name. Les came in, he says, Dennis, I'm going to bring in another guy, a friend of mine named Jimmy White. So Jimmy White comes in, and the one thing I wanted to let the players know before every game, I kind of got them together at half court before we started, and because we've had lesser referee experienced guys in here, I wanted to let them know I put more value in the league by saying now I got veteran college level referees here. Matter of fact, Jimmy White, as you know, is going to be going to NBA ref camp sometime this year, right?
Yep, he sure is.
And when you hear, there you go, Anton. And when you can have a high level referee like that to be able to come and give all that knowledge and experience here in the men's league with us to be involved, and maybe sometime next year watch TV and go, hey Anton, Mike, we know that guy.
Oh yeah.
He's in the NBA ranks now, and that's the excitement of it all.
Yep. I think it's fantastic. He just traveled too, just to let you guys know that. So
yeah.
That's how good I am.
Nice.
But remember, I was taught by Jimmy White. That wasn't his area of responsibility. Jimmy going to NBA camp is a phenomenal thing. It'll be great that he gets that opportunity to further his NBA career as a referee.
Yes.
A lot of people don't get the call. Of course, he has his resume is just filled with so much basketball. So, you're right. We look up and we see him on TV.
Yeah.
I got many pictures of me and Jimmy White refereeing together. So.
Yes. Now you're reminding me now. Now Anton, we need to take pictures of these guys. You never know, right? Yeah. Take a picture with Mike and Jimmy and Les. OGs of refereeing and basketball here in the Northwest. It's awesome, man. I love it. I tell my buddies back in Hawaii, they probably watch this YouTube also, and there's a great community of guys that play basketball leagues there, very organized. But of course, the level of basketball here, with all the skill set and height and strength that these guys have here in the Northwest, and like you guys know, with the NBA team coming back over here, it was a matter of time. Seattle is a basketball town.
So live.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. And we both know. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to throw something out there.
Yeah.
We know the former NBA players and NBA players that are now playing, especially Jamal Crawford is working hard at this. Gary Payton working really hard at this, diligently trying to get a NBA team back here. So, so we always got to give a shout out to Jamal. Of course, everybody knows Jamal's going to be on TNT on Tuesday nights.
Really?
And yep.
I didn't know
you guys, and Jamal right now is currently, he's coaching the Rainier Beach men's Metro Fall League.
Okay.
So if you want to come out there to the Peak, he's out there, just giving away his knowledge for free.
Wow.
And we always say when you give away your knowledge for free, you've been where he's been in the NBA and won Six-Man of the Year multiple times, you can never take that for granted whatsoever. So shout out to Jamal Crawford. So heck of a guy. I always say he's extending his legacy. So.
Now, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if any one of those guys ever came out here and be able to come and check out a game here at Move Fitness. I actually would like to see Marvina come down here. I'd like to have a little interview with her. She actually was part of the Shoreline, coaching staff when I was back then, and she still does a lot of help in recruiting and all that, like I do. But she's done a lot in Seattle area too. You know her personally, of course.
Oh yeah, I know Marvina. I know Marvina, aka Kim. So she's a very good person, runs a tight organization, has a lot of good refs. Of course, Ed Jimmy is like her main refs out there. Terrence, TK, we call him, also refs out there. We know TK from Shoreline.
There you go, yeah. Well, we've been talking a lot here during this game, and of course it's a big blowout right now, 87-50. We usually have, Anton knows that a lot of the games are all within 10 points, right? I mean, they're competitive all the way through from 1 through 9. But this scenario here, Mike, watching this team play, the Chicken McBuckets, they're a new team in the league here. And like I said, there are a bunch of guards that really know how to play basketball together. And as you can see, 87-50. Look at the ball handling and the ball passing there. That's the difference makers over here when you can get a team playing together like that.
And I'm going to go back and say, great bunch of guards. But in order to win a championship, you need somebody to clean up the glass. You need somebody to go to. And if you don't have a big, you won't last, you know. So we've seen it many times. So
yes. Actually, the first game of the night is the defending champions. Now, you saw TJ King play, and then Masamba was here actually supporting with his championship jersey that he was wearing. And that 1-2 punch, like you just explained, it was fun to watch those two guys. One guy's cleaning up the boards, and the other guy's on the opposite block, grinding for a bucket. It's amazing seeing that happen. And of course, they got the shooters outside that can knock it down. So just a veteran team all around. Now the bad news boys here, they're basically calling it the game right now with 2 minutes left. 89-52 final score.
I didn't see TK. TK came in? Oh, where's he at?